As you watch this video right now, there's a high possibility you're checking your phone worrying about the deadline for tomorrow, or going over the discussion you had 3 hours ago in your head. You do great things in the world, maybe even better than most, but inside, it feels like a storm that never fully calms inside. People don't talk about high-functioning anxiety, yet it's a silent epidemic. The person who works too hard and can't sleep, the perfectionist who is never happy, and the person everyone depends on but is quietly drowning. We're going to talk about every single sign that shows this invisible battle today, and I promise that at least half of these will sound familiar to you. The first sign is the perfectionist prison. Let's start with the major one, perfectionism, that goes beyond just wanting things to be done perfectly. If you have high-functioning anxiety, good enough isn't in your lexicon. You'll spend 2 hours rewriting an email that should just take 5 minutes, making sure that every comma is in the right place. It's not about paying attention to every little thing. It's about the overwhelming anxiety that anything less than perfect means total failure. You know that voice that says, if you make a mistake, they'll think you're incompetent. That's high-functioning anxiety talking, and it's hard to live up to that every day. The horrible irony is that your perfectionism often leads to great achievements, which makes everyone around you think you have everything under control. In the meantime, you're going crazy over a typo from last Tuesday. Symptom 2. Thinking too much about everything until you forget it. Your brain is like a web browser with 47 tabs open, and 3 of them are playing music you can't figure out. They look at every interaction like it's a crime scene. Did they take too long to say yes? What did that emoji truly mean? Why did they say it that way? You play out situations that haven't even transpired yet. Tonight's 3-hour mental rehearsal for tomorrow's meeting includes backup plans for backup circumstances that you probably won't ever have to deal with. Your mind thinks of bedtime as brainstorming time, so you can't sleep. If overthinking were a sport, this mental gymnastics routine would win Olympic gold. Instead, it only gives you midnight anxiety bouts, and the ability to make simple problems into complicated riddles that don't need to be solved. The third sign is the performance that makes people happy. You know how to be what everyone wants you to be. You can always count on you at work. You're the one who helps your pals. You're the one who keeps everything together with your family. But who are you when no one is looking? If you have high-functioning anxiety, you become like a chameleon, changing your personality all the time to avoid conflict or disappointment. You say yes when you mean no, agree when you don't, and smile when you want to scream. Your dread of disappointing others grows larger than your own wants. You've become so skilled at reading rooms and dealing with other people's feelings that you've forgotten how to take care of your own. In every relationship, you are both the actor, director, and critic. Fourth sign, physical issues that no one thinks are related to anxiety. People don't know this about high-functioning anxiety. It is in your body as well as your intellect. Your shoulders are tense as if they were carrying the world. Headaches are something you have to deal with every day. You didn't even know your teeth were tight, but now your jaw hurts. Your stomach acts like a weather vane for stress churning before big events, or when life feels uncertain. Even when you eventually fall asleep, your sleep quality gets worse. Even if you slept for 8 hours, you still feel exhausted when you wake up because your body never really relaxed. People often ignore these bodily signs since you seem fine on the outside. Your body is keeping track of every stressful situation and concerned thought, even when your intellect tells you to keep going. The fifth sign is becoming addicted to productivity. You don't just like being busy, you need it to feel well. Empty time can be scary because it lets worry in. So you keep yourself busy with jobs, goals, and projects all the time. There is a list of things to do on your to-do list. You judge your worth by what you do. A good day is a day when you get things done. A bad day is a day that was wasted. When you rest, you feel lazy, and when you relax, you feel guilty. You think that keeping busy means being in charge, but you're really just running away from the pain of being motionless. This obsession with being productive makes you very effective, which is why people with high-functioning anxiety often go unnoticed. Success becomes your mask, but you're very tired from all the moving around. 6. Catastrophic thinking patterns are a sign. Your brain is an expert at thinking of the worst possible things that could happen. A late text message is proof that there are troubles in the relationship. If your boss gives you a bad review, it's a sign that you're about to be fired. In your imagination, a physical symptom turns into a major medical problem before you can even see a doctor. You don't simply ponder about what could go wrong. You plan for calamities that have a 0.01% probability of happening. Survival specialists would be impressed by how well you prepare for emergencies, but living in crisis mode all the time is extremely exhausting. This kind of catastrophic thinking makes you feel safe, like you're getting ready for issues before they happen, but really you're making yourself anxious about things that aren't real. Symptom 7. The never-ending comparison trap. When you have high-functioning anxiety, social media can be torment. It seems like everyone else knows what to do with their lives, but you're having trouble making choices that should be easy. Their triumphs make you feel less sure of yourself, and their confidence makes you feel less sure of yourself. You compare your behind-the-scenes life to everyone else's highlight reel, but you forget that you're only viewing their edited version while you're living your genuine life. Success doesn't taste as good anymore since there's always someone who is doing better, getting more done, or looking happier. This comparison isn't just something you do on the side. It's a full-time profession that pays in doubt and unhappiness. Symptom 8. You can't make a decision even though you are good at making decisions at work. You can make tough business choices with ease, yet picking a place for dinner turns into a long mental argument. It gets harder to make judgments when the stakes are higher for you. What if you make the wrong choice? What if there was a better choice? What if this choice messes things up in some way? You look into decisions till you die, trying to find the perfect one that doesn't exist. Looking through the menu becomes a mission. Planning a vacation becomes a part-time job. It feels like small choices have big effects. At work, on the other hand, you make judgments quickly since the rules are clear and the results seem controllable. There are no performance metrics in personal life, which makes everything seem scarier. Symptom 9. Emotional regulation that needs to be managed all the time. It seems like you need to keep an eye on your feelings all the time. You put anger down because it doesn't match with how you see yourself. People plan their sadness for moments that work better for them. Worrying about when it will end takes away from the joy. You've learned how to handle your emotions, but not how to digest them. People put their feelings in order, file them away, and deal with them later. But later never comes. You stay calm in a crisis, but when you're by yourself, you can't handle small problems. This kind of emotional control takes a lot of energy, and it leaves you feeling tired from dealing with feelings that should be allowed to happen naturally. Symptom 10. The impostor syndrome that never goes away. You feel like you're tricking everyone even if you have proof that you're good at what you do. It feels like success is an accident. You don't feel like you deserve praise. People say that you got your accomplishments because of luck, timing, or something else other than your skill. You wait for the moment when others figure out that you don't know what you're doing even though you do. This feeling of being an imposter makes you feel like you have to prove yourself all the time, which makes you work too much and not feel confident. The higher you get in your career, the more you feel like you have to fall when people find out you're not real. But the truth is that this feeling shows how much you want to do well. 11. Relationship anxiety that looks like caring. You always care about your relationships, but not in the way that movies depict us. You think about how other people are feeling, and how your own actions might affect them. You also worry about whether you're being too much or not enough. Instead of a connection to enjoy, every relationship becomes a puzzle to solve. You give and give to establish your worth, but then you worry that you're being used. You want to be reassured, but you don't believe it when you get it. This constant worry in relationships is caused by anxiety, not intuition, but it's hard to discern the difference when you're in it. The Sunday scaries that start on Friday are symptom 12. When you have high-functioning anxiety, weekend anxiety seems different. You stop looking forward to the weekend and start dreading Monday before Saturday even starts. Instead of appreciating the time you have, Sunday becomes a day of grieving for the weekend that's gone. This fear for the future takes away the now. You can't relax on vacation because you're already worrying about going back to work. You can't relax on your days off because you're already thinking about Monday. Let's speak about how to break the cycle now. The first step toward change is to recognize it. High-functioning anxiety does best when it is kept secret, hiding behind accomplishment and competence. But admitting to these symptoms doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. You don't have to choose between being successful and being at peace. You don't have to work hard to deserve rest or prove your value by always succeeding. Sometimes doing nothing at all is the best thing you can do. The world needs your skills, but it also wants you to be healthy. Your worth doesn't depend on how much you do, how great you are, or how well you make other people feel. You're important just because you are, not because of what you do. If you liked this video, please like it and subscribe for more videos about mental health and personal growth. With your help, we can reach more people who need to hear these messages. Please tell me in the comments which symptom impacted you the hardest, or tell me about your own experience with high-functioning anxiety. Sometimes saying what we're going through makes us feel less alone. And if you liked learning about the secret parts of psychology, you should watch my final video on 10 common dreams and what they imply. It's interesting how our subconscious mind talks to us even when we're asleep. It's not giving up to ask for help. It's getting older. You should feel as fantastic on the inside as you look on the outside.